Hello friends, we got another video for you today. This is an older deck list. I never took this one apart from OP11 Shirahoshi. I believe the last time I regularly played this list was during the OP13 format. I do not know how it holds up today, but this is also like a really botched list because I think I just put it together from what I had. I didn't order anything for this. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, Shirahoshi is a leader who can't attack, but you can play out any of these cards with the type Neptunian if you have the amount of Dawn cards on your field for one Dawn. So say you have 5 Dawn cards on your field, you can play 1 Dawn, flip over a life card with your leader effect, and play out this Longjaw Neptunian. So it's very powerful because you can play multiple high cost cards on the same turn. I think EBO4, which would have been OP14, is the last time I updated this deck. So I don't know if there's any new green or yellow stuff, and I just realized I made 2 piles of Neptune. But anyway, so this card also very powerful. If you get this card, you want to keep this card. If you have no other Shirahoshi with a character with a base cost of 2, all of your Neptunian type characters gain 2000 power, and then if your character with a base cost of 6 or less would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may turn one of the top of your life cards face up instead. So very powerful protection. We have Spotted Neptunian for one of our searchers, 2 Shirahoshis for another searcher, and Ancient Weapon Poseidon for more searchers. If I were you, I would take out either these Bulge-Eyed Neptunians or maybe a couple Megalos for some more searchers. And then, so obviously you have to turn over a life card, right? So we need things to turn them back down. We have Queen Otohime, which when you play it, you turn 1 card face down, and then you draw a card, and it's a 2k counter. Neptune, turn 1 down, and you draw 2 trash 2, and he's a nice body to have on the field. Longjaw, you can rest him and flip 1 back over to KO a character with cost of 3 or less, and Top Knot is probably my favorite. You just flip it over, and at the end of your turn, you set him as active. He's a blocker, and with your Shirahoshi over here, he's going to be 8,000 power. 8,000 power blocker. Megalo is a 6,000 power blocker for 3 cost. And then these Shanks right here, I do not think I've ever played them once in any of my games. So a good switch for these Shanks would be the OP11 Jinbei SR. I know you're supposed to run that in this deck. I just only ever got 1 copy and never put it in. So usually I use Shanks as fuel for You're the One Who Should Disappear, which you trash 1 card from your hand and your leader character gains 3,000 power. Plus, if you draw this out of life, you get a life card. Lord of the Coast, he's iffy. You can make a rested character not become active in the next refresh phase. So I would maybe run just 1 or 2 and more searchers. Then you got your big guys like Scaled Neptunian, who's just a big guy. You can play this guy out for a 1 cost. And on your opponent's turn, remember, if you have this Shirahoshi, they have to swing 10,000 just for you to 1k out of that. So it's very, very powerful. And this can protect itself. If it's KO by effect, you can flip a life card instead. Remember that, because it's very, very important. Aside from that, you also have electrical lunas. These are in here as like a survivability tool if you really need that one extra turn. Make all of your opponent's characters with the cost of 7 or less not become active. Um, and aside from that, this deck is really straightforward. You kind of have to play slow in the beginning, but once you pick up, you pick up. You generally struggle in the beginning because your leader can't attack, but once you get going, you just have a board full of big bodies that your opponent has to invest a lot of resources into to attack, as long as they don't have, well, even if they do have KO by effect, you can protect at least one card a turn. One card I would recommend adding in is this Shirahoshi from EBO3. I think I have one copy. I did not buy any EBO3, unfortunately, so I have to buy a lot of singles. But activate main, you may trash this character. If your leader is Shirahoshi, add one card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Then all of your Neptunian type characters gain 1,000 power during this turn. So you power up all your guys, and you get an extra life. And of course, like, Borsellino's the EBO4 5 cost that gain a life, and they're a blocker. Those could always go in here. I have those in a different deck. Mine are in the Egghead Luffy. So, yeah, pretty simple deck. Nice, easy to build relatively. I think if you bought a lot of OP11, you should have everything you need. Because the only thing that's not OP11 is your starter decks. If you got your starter decks, Shirahoshi, OP12. I believe I pulled all of these on the same day from a booster box and one of the collection boxes with the Mihawk and the Perono. Aside from that, these guys are the OP14 side of EBO4, and these are OP08. But you could very easily run this deck. I don't think anything in this deck is super expensive. Oh, and these are OP06, I believe. Yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed. If you have anything that you think would go good in this deck, let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think. And see ya, people.